This is Coach Lee, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about stages that your ex must go through during no contact in order for you to get them back. Take a second and click the subscribe button below so that you can be notified when I have more content that's helpful to your situation. So in other videos, I talk about the stages that your ex goes through usually when you go into no contact after they have broken up with you. And those stages include curiosity, they include concern and fear and preoccupation and even desperation. All because we are trying to get your ex to actually feel the loss. You felt the loss when they broke up with you because you had no control over the situation. Your ex, on the other hand, had total control, and so they didn't feel the loss. It's when you have something and you lose it, that's the feeling of loss, and they made a decision and didn't lose it. It wasn't taken from them. They gave it away. They ended it. So they don't feel the loss. As a matter of fact, your ex actually feels a very artificial breakup, because it would be the equivalent to if you were in Vegas and someone told you you can gamble all you want, you can bet all you want, and if you lose, no problem. They'll just keep paying you that amount. And so you never lose anything. You wouldn't feel nervous. There would be no fear of loss. It would be as though money were no object because there was no fear of loss. You could not lose. And that's how your ex feels, because since they broke up with you, they feel they could get you back at any second. They were in control. They control their own destiny, and they feel more powerful than you. They feel more attractive than you. And so you two are in polar opposites. You're experiencing loss. They are not. And the first stage they go through before curiosity is actually relief. And that's because they got the breakup over with. This is a person who's in control and has made the decision, whereas you feel the loss, and it's intense, and you feel panicked, and you feel desperate, and you feel anxious, and it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling, and a lot of times that causes you to do the wrong things, like reach out to your ex, beg, plead, cry, show up where they are, constantly wanting to talk as though you could talk them into coming back to you, even though you can't, because they have broken up with you and they are dead set on it. They've been able to get over that bump and do something difficult, which is breaking up with another person. Even if they didn't act like it was difficult, that's probably because they have been planning it for a while and it has become set in their mind and they've become hardened to it. And they disengage emotionally a lot of times, so that the way that you feel, your pain, your hurt, does not affect them as much because they are certain that this is what they want. And so you approaching them right after the breakup and trying to talk them into getting back together with you, that is actually the worst time that you could possibly do that. And that's why it's so ineffective, is because they are set against it. They are wanting to feel this relief. They feel like they've gotten it over with. They're patting themselves on the back and they feel no loss. So there's no sense of motivation for them to get back together with you or to work on things to try to make it work, because they've already gotten through the breakup. They feel that they've done it and they don't want to go backwards. And so they are least receptive and they are disengaged during that time following the breakup, immediately following the breakup. So as I have said many times, the best thing for you to do is go into no contact, to leave them alone, give them the space so that they can get past that relief period as quickly as possible, because that's when they can get onto other periods and stages of no contact in their minds, where not only are they more receptive to getting back with you, but they are the ones wanting to do it. They are the ones who are feeling concerned that maybe you're moving on. Because basically what we want to happen after the relief period, we want them to be curious why you are not reaching out to them, because they probably expected it. They expected you to fight for the relationship. They expected you to chase, to beg, to plead, to at least reach out. And when you don't, that sense of control that they had is shaken to a degree, because it's built on the assumption that they could get you back at any moment if they wanted you back. If they decided they didn't want the breakup, they just snapped their fingers and there you are. And so since you are not chasing and reaching out, even though they didn't want that at first, and it wasn't something that they were hoping for, now that they look back on it and they realize that you haven't done it, they wonder why. Why have you not chased? Are they not attractive enough? Are they not worthy enough? Do you notice how the tables have turned just a little bit? Because that's what you were wondering right after the breakup. You were wondering why you weren't worthy, why you weren't attractive enough, or what the problem was, what was wrong with you. And now it is your ex, the one who broke up with you, who is wondering these things. Why aren't you chasing? Am I not attractive enough? Am I not worthy to be chased and pursued? and for you to want me back after I broke up with you. That's what they're thinking. And it takes people a longer amount of time to begin thinking that. And of course, if the relationship was just horrible and you two did terrible things to each other, then they may never feel this. They may just be thinking good riddance. But if the relationship was good and there wasn't fighting, or at least a lot of fighting, and you two cared about each other, and it was a good thing for both of you, then this is a very common thing for them to feel, that when you don't chase, they wonder why. It's a simple question. Why have you not been chasing them? They are curious. They're curious, what are you doing? Who are you doing it with? Are you thinking about them? Does this sound familiar? Because that's usually what people ask me about their ex when they've been dumped. And so the tables slowly start to turn. Next, they become concerned because if you're not reaching out to them, that silence, especially if you're posting occasionally on social media, picture of you out with some friends, they become concerned that you could move on. You see, we have to have your ex thinking that you have the capability to move on, that you are not so emotionally attached and dependent on them that you couldn't move on. And that's partly what they assume, that they have somehow ruined you and that you'll never move on. Now, they don't consciously think these things. As a matter of fact, they may even tell you they want you to move on. But it's one thing to think you want it. It's another thing to observe it happening. And how many times have you seen that in your own life, where you think you want something, then you actually experience it and you don't want it? Which is what we're trying to get to happen with your ex. That's why I beg you so many times to back off and leave them alone so they can experience the breakup, because they may think they want it until they actually experience it. And so when they experience your silence, your absence, and they have to wonder what you're doing, and they begin to see that you can stay away from them, you can. You can back off, leave them alone, and you don't have to reach out, and you don't have to get in touch with them or check up with them or catch up with them. When they realize that, it's as though the rug has been yanked out from under them, because that control that they thought they had, they are realizing they do not have, as they come to the understanding by observation, by seeing you stay away, that you could move on. You could find someone else, you can go on with your life without them, and that there's a possibility that they could not get you back if they wanted you back. And that's where they go into concern, which can turn into fear. They begin to have doubts, which you could say is even a stage in and of itself, but it's caused by the curiosity and feeling the rug pulled out from under them, and the concern makes them doubt whether or not they made the right decision. And all it takes is a little bit of doubt. All we need is just a ray of light, the door opening a little bit, and they begin to doubt it, look back on the relationship and remember those good times, and then it is magnified even more that you are not reaching out to them, that this person who they had these wonderful times with is not reaching out to them. And the concern bubbles into fear that they could lose you, that maybe by their own hand they gave away someone who was so important and special and precious to them. And that concern turns into fear, fear that they are losing you, that you are moving on. And that's when we can start talking about them feeling loss. And so they've taken the steps through the stages to get to the point where we want them, for them to feel loss, that they are losing you, that they could lose you. That's where it's the same type of feeling that you were feeling after you were broken up with, that something was taken from you, that this security, this stability you thought you had was taken from you, that this person does not see you as worthy, that they are moving away from you, that they can live without you, which hurts so bad for you. And now your ex who broke up with you is beginning to feel some of those same things. And everybody always wants me to put a time frame on it, and I wish I could be specific. Usually the relief stage can last a week. Sometimes it can last longer. It really depends on if you back away from them. It depends on what the breakup was like, and it depends on what the relationship was like toward the end. If there was definitely a fading of that passion and you could just tell they were slipping away, sometimes the relief period lasts a little bit longer. And so it can take a week, it can take 2 weeks, but they will get out of relief. And if you stay away from them and are quiet and go into true no contact and stay strong, they will get out of relief quicker, and they will enter that curiosity stage simply because they're not hearing from you. Now, I have another video about radio silence where you don't post on social media and you make sure that they can't find anything out about you. They can't see any new pictures. They can't see any updates. It's as though you've disappeared. And that can be very effective with no contact. It's like adding some intensity to it. It's making it even more powerful. And it's even more powerful when you do it after you've done no contact, because at least they could look you up on social media. And it's like taking away that final piece to where they begin to feel that fear and desperation that you felt right after the breakup, that you were losing them, that they were not easily available, that they were all of a sudden unobtainable. And that's how they can feel the loss that they must feel in order to get you back. Now, the key to all this, what this is leading to, is something I get into on coaching calls and with clients who are wanting coaching for dating in general, when they're not necessarily broken up, but they're wanting to strengthen their dating relationship, or they're wanting to get a boyfriend, get a girlfriend, they're wanting to approach people. And it's the concept of the prize and the seeker. And this is some really high level stuff. This is expert attraction, in that you want to be the prize. You want to have the prize as well. And that means that you want to feel like this other person is a prize that you are seeking, that they are not beneath you, that they are not more attracted to you than you are to them. But you also want to feel like you are a prize to them. That usually comes later. And if it ever gets out of balance to where one of you seems like far more the prize than the other, that's when the relationship can go through a definite fading and lead to a breakup. If your ex felt they were the prize and you were the seeker and you were not the prize, they want their own prize. And so they don't see you as worthy. And I know that that sounds harsh, but that's kind of how it is. They begin to see you as the one who is fascinated and attracted to them, but that they don't feel the same. And whenever someone feels you are more invested in the relationship than they are, that's when it's problematic. Even if they were interested, even if things were going well and they were attracted to you, if they feel that you are more invested than they are, they automatically lose attraction for you, because it's as though you are showing more attraction to them than they are to you. And it's an assumption. It's assumed by a combination of your mind, your heart, your emotion. It's a complex thing that you really couldn't put into words. But this other person seems to be more attracted to you and more invested in the relationship with you than you are. And so their attraction level falls because you want your own prize. You want to look at this person as though they are very attractive, as though you were trying to earn them in some ways. And yes, I know that's not exactly what it is, but I'm trying to keep things simple. That you are trying to earn them and work for them and bring them to you. That you're trying to catch them. That you're chasing. That's actually what you want to feel deep down. And you have to fight that so that you don't become the one who's over-invested in the relationship. And so it's like this power struggle, unfortunately. But when two people are mature and understand relationship dynamics, this can be done because you understand that you can't overwhelm the other person, that you can't constantly be available, that time apart occasionally is good, and that giving the other person space is the response of a mature person, especially when they ask for it. So how does this apply to breakups? Well, when they break up with you, they feel they are the prize and that you are the seeker. It's very out of balance. But as you begin to back off, as you go into no contact and it equalizes, they begin to feel that they are becoming the seeker and you are the prize. Because they're not hearing from you, you're showing you can stay away from them. They're concerned that you can move on. They're wondering what you're doing, which preoccupies them as though you're this fascinating character in a story in their head. And so you become the prize and they become the seeker. Now, ideally, it would be close to 50-50. And I would tell you as your coach, you want to feel like maybe you are 55% the prize and they are 45%, that you are keeping them chasing you. That's how you can prevent breakups, and that's how you can get your ex back. And that's what no contact on a basic level is designed to do, to set yourself up as the prize and them as the seeker, because you have to tip the tables in order to get them back. You have to put the weight on your side. And that's what no contact does. And so that is a summary of the stages that your ex must go through in order to want you back. They must get to the point where you become the prize and they become the seeker, and when they realize that, they will seek you. My emergency breakup kit, which is linked to in the description below, goes into this in greater detail. This was really just the tip of the iceberg. It's a fascinating topic and it can help you get your ex back. So get more information about my emergency breakup kit. It's linked to in the description below. You can also schedule a coaching call with me at myexbackcoach.com and we can set up a roadmap to getting your ex back. I also have a tip jar link below where you can give a donation based on how helpful you think my content has been for you. See that in the description below. Thank you. This has been Coach Lee with myexbackcoach.com. Please click the subscribe button below so that you can be notified when I have more content like this that helps you with attraction, with dating, and with breakups. Thank you for watching. This has been Coach Lee.